Hey, everybody. Welcome to episode 4 of the Philadelphia Wealth Project podcast.
Is it 4?
It's 4. And today we are going to talk about how you could make $200,000 to $400,000 you with Steve on one project.
Yep.
And that's pretty incredible. So we're going to dig into how that happened, all the challenges around it, everything that I want to know, because I got questions. I got a lot of questions for you,
I got some answers for you.
All right. Don't
Just
lie
some.
to me. Don't lie to me.
I'm going to hide the truth.
So who are you again?
What's going on, everyone? My name is Shawn Connors. I'm the managing broker here at Vanguard Realty Alliance. I'm also a real estate investor here in Chester County, as well as the Pocono Mountains.
Nice.
Yes.
I'm Rob Lawrence, leader of the Rob Lawrence team, and a realtor here at Vanguard, and I'm also an investor.
Woo!
Yeah, I got an
Love
offer out right now. Speaking of the devil.
Speaking of investment properties, how the heck is your Florida house doing?
Yeah,
you were like right in the eye, right?
So we actually went down.
What?
And we were there like on Tuesday, and we were supposed to fly out Tuesday at 5. So we saw this whole thing building like the whole week, and I'm like, the news is always hyping everything up, right? So you're kind of like, is this real? Like you're kind of asking yourself that.
Right.
And yeah, it turned out to be real. So Monday came around and we found out our Tuesday night at 5:00 flight. We had a 5:10 flight. They closed the airport at 5.
Whoa.
So
were you there and they closed it?
we didn't go to the airport. We found out Monday night.
Okay.
And my wife was like, what do we do? What do we do? And I was like, I don't know. We've got a car. Like, we can drive, you know what I mean? And my wife's like, well, what if they want the rental car back? I'm like, I'm not giving it back.
It's mine.
Yeah.
Keeping it.
They can call the cops on me, whatever. I don't care. So, yeah, we had to drive with me, the kids, grandma. We drove 7 hours to Atlanta. We just started driving at first. Like, we went to bed Monday night, woke up at 6 a.m. on Tuesday morning, and we just drove.
Wow.
We started driving north. My wife found a flight on the way. We booked it. We booked a hotel, and we flew out at 5:30 a.m. out of Atlanta on that'd be Wednesday morning. Yeah, and then got back. And my neighbors, some of them hung out and videoed it. So we're in Clearwater Beach, and fortunately for us, but unfortunately for Fort Myers, the hurricane just hooked hard to the right and went in down there. And we still got high winds and some flooding.
Any damage?
My neighbor, the siding got pulled off of her
Okay.
house and in a portion. I think some water got in, but our house, I don't know. I actually just gave my neighbor the code so she could go check it out. But they've been sending me videos and stuff.
Okay.
But I think it's doing okay.
Yeah. Do you have hurricane insurance on that property?
Yeah, I guess so. Funny enough, I actually got an email. I got an email from the insurance company literally like yesterday saying, "Oh, hey, by the way, we're not going to be insuring your house anymore. Come January, so go find someone else to insure your house." And we might have someone there $1,000 more a year.
Ooh.
So yeah, it jumped from like $1,400 to $2,400.
Yeah.
I was like, no, that's
They did that to me with flood insurance.
really.
Yeah, it went from $1,200 to $8,000.
Dude, that hurts.
We got a new policy, but it still went from even then at
$8,000.
$8,000.
No, but what'd you end up getting?
$2,200.
Okay,
So it still went up $1,000.
Yeah, you got to
Flooding in
that
Downingtown. That's what you have to be mindful of if you're buying in Downingtown.
You got to
Flood
be
zone.
aware.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's hurricanes in Florida. That's part of, I guess, owning an Airbnb in Florida. But
Yeah.
honestly, I actually got a message today. Someone wanted to rent it for like 80 days from like starting in 2 weeks.
Nice.
So this whole fall might book. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really
that's
pumped
awesome.
about that. Yeah, for
That's
sure.
awesome, man.
So, Shawn, I think we should talk about what's going on with the Philadelphia Wealth Project, what it is, and
I think we should too.
yeah. Do you want to talk?
What's the Philly Wealth Project? We're Philadelphia, sorry.
I know.
I don't-
Philly's not very formal.
I know. I abbreviate it, but tell everyone.
So the Philadelphia Wealth Project is partly this podcast. It's meetups. It's actual implementation. And it's a community. It's kind of like a hive of investors, and they can be, like agents, but they can also be clients.
Right.
You can be an experienced investor, unexperienced, but we're all coming together to help each other build $100 million in wealth over the next 5 years.
5 years.
And we're going to get things kicked off in December here. So if you want to be part of the Philadelphia Wealth Project, reach out to us. It costs nothing, but it's basically just, I don't know, it's like an organization. It's like a loose organization.
Yeah,
of people.
it's like a nonprofit.
Yeah.
Right? That's like a
I
really
want to make
good
profits,
way.
though.
Yeah, we're going to make profits, but like
it's a very profitable nonprofit.
It's a profitable nonprofit, yeah. You don't have to pay to be a part of it. But again, it's just a community of like-minded people, investors, agents, consumers, people who want to start investing, people who have been investing.
Yeah.
We're going to get together and we're going to help each other build wealth.
Yeah. It's going to be awesome. I mean, $100 million.
Amazing, dude?
Yeah. And you know, when you break it down, it's like 100 people is $1 million each, right? Like, okay, that's very doable.
It is.
It's very doable
very achievable
with real estate. I actually think we're going to blow that out of the water.
I think we will too.
So if you want to be part of the Philadelphia Wealth Project, we're going to probably do like a Saturday afternoon. We're going to do a kickoff event where we're going to go through your net worth, your goals, and then a plan.
Okay.
On how to do this and for the next year to help you build wealth in that year. And it's a lot of centered around real estate investing, financial prowess.
Where are we going to have it?
I think we should have it at our new building.
Good segue.
Yeah. So, you know, Shawn, I heard you bought a building.
Yes. Steve and I, we purchased a building for the brokerage.
I'm so excited about it.
In Westchester.
I get to rent an office in there.
Yeah. It's going to be awesome.
I know. I get to hang out with you all day, every day.
Oh, I'm so excited. Gosh, what am I going to do?
You lost the lease already, huh?
My door has a lock.
Blinds.
No open door policy.
I'll be locked in this room. Text me.
Text me to get it.
So I actually hear you're going to make a little bit of money on this thing. So tell me about the numbers on this.
We are. So just a little backstory.
Yeah.
Of the property. I guess it was towards the end of last year. So Vanguard umbrella, there's 3 companies, right? Vanguard Realty Alliance LLC, which is the real estate brokerage. We have Vanguard Settlements, which is our title company, and Vanguard Lending, which is our mortgage and lending company. They have all existed in our current office right now, which is in Westchester Borough, 307 North Monmouth Street. It's a little small.
Looks like a house, kind of.
It is a house.
It's a house.
Literally a twin.
It's a half house.
It's a half house, yeah. So we've coexisted for years now, right? In this little space, and the title company is growing, the real estate brokerage is growing, lending's growing at such a rapid pace. We're like, we need a bigger space. So at the beginning of this year, I like to say I found the deal. Steve said he saw the deal. Like
trying to take your thunder?
I don't know. He's like, yeah, oh, I saw that before. But I said to him, because we were looking on CoStar.
Yeah.
And I said, we should go look at this property. He's like, all right. So we looked at it in January, and it was listed at, it originally was listed at, I believe, it was on the market for 2 years.
Wow.
Off and on for 2 years.
Wow.
I think the original listing price was 1.3 or 1.2, somewhere around there.
Okay.
When we looked at it, it was listed at $950.
Okay.
And we looked at it in January, and we're like, I don't know. May not make sense. It might make sense. Fast forward a couple weeks or maybe a month, the agent that we were talking to left that company. And he ended up going somewhere else. So someone else took the listing over, and we're again interested in thinking about doing it.
Yeah.
And in March, we looked at it again, and then we decided to put an offer in. And we offered $550.
That is less than asking.
Yeah, it was $400,000 less than the asking price. And they came back at $650, I think.
Okay. Wow. They dropped a lot.
Yeah.
Right off the bat.
They dropped what's that? 250?
You went from 950 to 650, right?
Yeah, 300,000.
300,000.
Yeah, and then we came back at 600.
Gotcha.
And that's what we got.
Hell of a deal. Went from 1.3 million to 600,000.
We went from 1.3 or 1.2, whatever it was, to 600,000. Yeah.
So
we got it half off. Yeah, exactly. Half off the original
like
listing price.
Better than like going to like $5 below.
I know.
Our dollars, even dollar stores is $1.25 now.
Yeah. So we got an amazing deal. It's 10,000 square feet, a little bit over 10,000 square feet.
Nice.
It's in a condo complex. It's 1244 Westchester Pike. And it was formerly owned by Chester County Hospital. That's who we bought it from.
Oh.
So they had it as like a training area for the hospital. And then we have one, because it's a condo association.
Okay.
So there's 5 big buildings total, which are probably about 20,000 square foot apiece. We have the entire second floor, and then we have an office suite downstairs.
Right.
So we have Vanguard Settlements downstairs, Vanguard Realty Alliance upstairs, lending, and then we are going to lease out half of the property as well.
So did it need work?
Did what work?
Did the place need work?
Did it need work? Yes, it did. Yeah. So it was rough.
Yeah.
It was vacant for like 2 years.
Maybe you can throw some old video in here, like in this podcast.
Oh yeah, well, I have some old. I have a lot of old pictures and definitely some old video.
All right, yeah, I gotta share that.
It needed a lot of work. Like it was bad.
Got you. How much work did that work end up costing?
So we are probably going to be all in for about $300,000. Yeah, not including furnishings.
I guess the question is, all right, you've invested 600, now you're at 300, so you're at 900.
Yeah.
What do you guys think the value is going to be when you're done?
That's a great question. So with commercial properties, and I didn't know this because I'm very new to the commercial world, they do an as-is ARV. No, as-is value and then an ARV, so after repair value.
Got you.
So the as-is value at the time we bought it was $750. Okay. So we were automatically $150,000 of equity gain, which is great.
Just when it was all a dump.
Yeah, when it was all a dump, exactly. The ARV that they had was, I think it was 1.2 something, 1.2 million or 1.15 million, somewhere around there.
Okay. So that's 300,000 gain.
Yes. And we ended up doing a little extra than what we thought we were going to do, and we're also going to be leasing half of it, which might add some value to it as well.
Because they look at like the financial performance of the asset.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
So it could potentially go up to 1.2.5, maybe 1.3, somewhere like that.
Wow. It's amazing that you can make that hundreds of thousands of dollars. And
Hundreds of thousands of dollars, yeah.
Yeah. Dude, high five.
I'm so happy I got that high five.
That was a pretty good one.
That was the Rob Lawrence high five. That was the real deal.
That was the real deal, man.
Yeah.
Well, I'm so excited about this building. I'm leasing the space in it myself. I have my team there, and I know it's going to be a really collaborative environment. Right. And just like putting all the real estate investors together, there's going to be other services there that are going to be complementary, I guess you could say, right? Like accounting and whatever.
Yeah. So we have our whole idea around this was getting a space big enough where, of course, we can have the real estate brokerage, title company, lending, and also to bring in other companies that all mesh well together, you know? So we have a media company, CPA, we have you, the Rob Lawrence team.
What do I do?
I know. We have a residential home cleaner, possibly an insurance agent, our personal insurance agent for the company. So it's a very collaborative workspace, and we're super excited.
So I know, like you and Steve, this is not your first deal, right? I mean, you know, when people...
No, it's not.
And I think that's always a thing to remember, right? And as we're doing this Philadelphia Wealth Project, it's about taking people along the path so that they can get to this level of deal, you know? And I know Steve's like done a lot of flips, and you've done a lot too. So it's like, you know, what do you think people should think about, like, in getting to this kind of level?
Well, I really think that you need to... The ultimate thing to do when you first set out to start investing in real estate is to figure out what your actual end goal is. You know?
I'm still figuring that out.
Yeah, but that's like the best, and it'll change over time, right?
Right.
But if you asked 100 investors, I guarantee all 100 of them would say financial freedom in some capacity, right? When you think about investing in real estate, it's I want some kind of financial freedom. You know, I want generational wealth. I want my money my passive income to exceed my active expenses, you know.
Right.
So
the dream.
Yeah, exactly. So you have to figure out what your number is.
So when someone's getting started, I mean, like, you know, I guess like probably flipping a house, right? Or renovating a property, you may make 50 or 100, right? You're not going to make 400,000 probably your first deal. But once you start like doing those things, you kind of get used to it, right? Like you kind of like know the numbers and you start understanding the math. And then in the end, right, it just kind of...
It's like anything else that you do repeatedly and consistently.
Right.
You just figure out what you're doing.
It's iterative. You get better and better at it.
Right. And the great thing is, like, you don't have to do it alone. which is why we created the Philadelphia Wealth Project.
Right. And it's like you did it with Steve, and
Yeah.
it's like, Steve's obviously got a ton of experience in real estate. And that's the awesome thing about being part of this brokerage is just your exposure to all
Exactly.
of that. Well, Shawn, without further ado, I got to go see this place with you,
Let's
man.
go check it out.
All right. We're going to do the tour now, guys, of the building, of its current state.
Okay. See you there.
See ya.
All right, guys. So this is 1244 Westchester Pike. Like I was saying before, we have the entire second floor here, and we have Suite 401 down here, which will be Vanguard Settlements. So let's go take a look. Yeah, so Vanguard Settlements, for those who do know, for those who don't know, currently Vanguard Settlements is Vanguard Realty Alliance. We're all in the same space. So now they're finally gonna have their own separate space. We have 2 settlement rooms, and then we have our settlement agents that are gonna be out here. Doug is gonna have his office in here, and it's just gonna be way more conducive for bringing on more business and having more settlements at the same time. Yeah, so we're on the Vanguard Realty Alliance is on the second floor. There is about 9,000 square feet, give or take, up here. We will be occupying half of it, maybe a little less than half, and the rest of the spaces are going to be leased out. So when you first walk in, we have our new reception area. Was just custom built, nothing was here before. It was completely empty. It was old, like 25-year-old carpet. The paint was horrible. The ceilings everything was replaced. They had those like hospital fluorescent lights up that we replaced with the hi-hats, and we're gonna have our logo here on the backdrop, and it's just, a much more inviting space. Like kind of where we're at now with Walnut Street, it's twin, it's a house, so you just walk in, right? And it's, we have Tracy there, who's our amazing admin. There's nowhere for her to go, right? There's nowhere for her to work. So she's gonna have her own space here now, and that's gonna be ideal. So one of the things that I'm really excited about is having this kitchen space. And as you can see, we're almost done. Right here, we're doing a live edge countertop. We just got the quartz countertops installed. Backsplash is up. It's going to be awesome. And we're gonna have that area, which I love, where agents can come, congregate, talk to each other. It's going to be like a legit office space now, which I really like.
Shawn, I think we should keep the plastic on just so stuff doesn't get damaged.
I can only imagine what people would say coming in and seeing the plastic everywhere. But yeah, it's just going to be another space where people can come, and we have Vanguard Mortgage that's going to be in this office space here. Our good friend, Mr. Shawn Phillips, gonna have his own spot. We have 2 additional offices that we are going to be leasing out to our agents. It's kind of first come, first serve, so pretty much anyone who's interested. My idea for this area, and we can just take a quick peek at this space. So for here, for this, there was this built-in bookshelf area that we decided to keep because we need storage space. So my idea is to have like a take a book, leave a book, those little libraries that people have in front of their houses.
But like for real estate.
But for real estate and business, and then health and wealth and personal finances and things like that. So I'm gonna bring a ton of books here. I really hope a lot of other people bring their books that they're not reading anymore and they have gotten a lot of value from it. So that's my idea for this, is going to be our personal little library, little real estate library. Yeah, we'll have our copy room here, nothing too exciting. And this is what's gonna be one of the best spots for the entire building. This is the new training room. You can drill, man. Yeah, we don't care. Yeah, so this is gonna be the new training room. Friday morning masterminds are gonna be here. Investor meetups will eventually be here. Maybe the collaborative agent event. I don't know if it's big enough, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
I want to see the potty.
Yeah, the men's room. Everything is coming along really well. Oh, the vanity's in. I didn't even realize that. So this is the shared space. actually behind us is one of our favorite potential leasees. This could potentially be the Rob Lawrence team now. This will be the Rob Lawrence team. This is his new sanctuary for him and the amazing agents that he has working with him right now. Good spot. Again, paint, floors, ceiling tiles, hi-hat lights, everything new, brand new HVAC system. This is going to be a lounge area for the second half of our space. And then we have private office, 1, 2, 3, 4 private offices here. Across the way is another private office. It's one of the bigger ones, about 350, 400 square feet, give or take. So part of the second half, I'm just gonna call it the second half, is there's another shared kitchen here. Just put up the backsplash, countertops in too, so nothing fancy. We'll have a refrigerator in here for people to store their food, hang out and eat, tabletop. And then we have 2 larger offices here, which are currently being leased by one company. It's a secret. It's a nice company, yeah. So we're really living into the whole collaborative nature of Vanguard and being in alignment with other companies that are within real estate. So that's like super exciting to lease this out to who's coming into the space. And so we're right on Route 3, which is really nice. As you can see over there, the EXP Realty. There's a Century 21 over there, and then we're also next to a Berkshire Hathaway office, which hopefully all 3 of them can merge into VRA. You never know. Yeah, now let's see the last and best part of the whole building.
I want to see it.
Dun, dun, dun. This is the future podcast and video room. And yeah, this is, in my opinion, the absolute best part. I can't wait. We have so many different ideas like floating around for what we want to do, but we're probably gonna break it up into 2 different sections. So we'll have like your more lounge area here where you can sit, hang out, have a podcast, probably have a tabletop over here where 2 people can have a conversation, and then also potentially have a section here where agents can come, because we know not a lot of people are well versed in video, right? They're not gonna go out and buy the $500 camera and the $600 lens, and maybe they just wanna come in, pop their phone on a stand, do a quick little video, and then get the heck out. So we're gonna have probably two or three different areas where agents can come in, film, get what they want, and then pass it off to their editor. And yeah, it's just a really exciting space, and but this is the space. So in addition to the private areas that we're gonna have for agents, this is gonna be a shared space that we're gonna have for agents, and we're really excited about. We're gonna have desks line the walls, different seating areas, so any of the agents that are part of the brokerage, if they feel the need to get out of the house, they wanna come in, get some work done, we're gonna have these workspaces, workstations, right, set up, ready to go for them. And all you have to do, just come, set up your stuff, and then you have your own area to work that's not at your house. And a lot of people are more so now wanting to get out of their house and get into the office.
Shawn, thanks for the tour. We're here in your office. I think this place is going to be awesome. I was saying this is going to be like the Silicon Valley of real estate, and I really believe that. I think there's going to be a lot of great minds in this place. I'm super excited. It's going to be a great place. We're going to have the event for the Philadelphia Wealth Project here, and future events and stuff. And I think it's going to be a great place for just real estate investors to come and collaborate, for realtors to come and collaborate. It's the future, baby.